guys, so welcome back to in my another video. I'm going to create my YouTube channel website project in day one. Let's go on the screen. Just give them the YouTube channel's name, okay? I just to create my project of my YouTube channels, okay? Sorry, I just going to code with free, okay? And so back on my code, VS Code to open this the folders, CodeWithTechfree folders, because I just going to create a project of my YouTube channels like a website, okay? And it's going on day one, and so that's folders to have the desktop. I just to found the desktop, and so open that's my folders CodeWithTechfree, and so open this CodeWithTechfree folders to open, and my VS Code. You can see my friends, and then I just to open this terminals in my screen. You can see, and so before just to create okay, now creating our project, need to create the virtual environments and activate our virtual environments, right? So I just to type this code. You also to follow all the instructions on your screens, okay? And so Python 3 and so env, my virtual environment name is the env, my env. You can see here have to create my virtual environments. This code as to create my virtual environment. You also type this code on your screen, on your terminals, and again the back end my terminals, and this my virtual environments to need to activate into my project, right? So source, and so my virtual environment name is my env, and so b, and so activate my virtual environments, activate, right? Finally activate my virtual environments. So wait a few seconds to activate this your virtual environments, my virtual environments, okay? Few seconds to wait, and then finally my virtual environment also be activated. Right now you can see on the screen on my terminals, and then I can back in my code. I just to create my project, okay, up to my YouTube channels, to create my website, YouTube channel website, and they want videos to creating and right now. So you also be enjoyed with me with my codings, okay? So I just to type the want code to install the Python, okay, and st installed pip install the Python. If you have the Windows operating system, you just type the pip install the Python. If you have the Mac operating system, just type the pip installed and Python 3, okay? And Python 3 always typed on the Mac operating system, okay? Just to install my Python 3 in here, okay? And then again back to my terminals, and so pip 3, and so after installing this Python 3, and so again installed Django, okay? Django, because will be used Django framework to create our project, to create our website of our YouTube channel. So we need to install the Django also in the our project. Just to type the pip3 install the Django. You also be typed that's code on your terminals and typed okay, successfully this installed and satisfied this. Okay, it's done. And so again and then I just to come to on my point to create my project right now. Python Django. Okay, Django admin, Python Django admin has the start project. My project name is the code, whatever you can give your project name, but I just to give my project name is the code at in my website. You can see you also be typed the Django admin this code to create your project. Okay, I just to type enter in here, and you can see this project is to finally successfully to create in here. In my project you can see this my project name is the code. Okay, and then I just to type the Python 3 manage.py, and then I just to create my app of my project. Okay, app start app name is tech. I just to give tech, sorry. Okay, we can easily go within this project, and then a project, and then we can create the app. Okay, within this our code project. Python 3 manage.py, and so stl start app tech. You can see my app also be created, finally created, successfully created within this project. Like project name is code, and I just to create in here Python 3 manage.py grat migrate. This code as to migrate all your files, all your data to migrate it in the database. It's needed after creating your project, after creating your app within your project, within your this folders, always to need it to activate and migrate it this project. Okay, after creating this all the here running the migrations, and so finally to this my project is migrated in here, and so Python 3 manage.py and Arian server. I want to run to my local server. You can see my friend finally so finally successfully run my project and my local server, and just to cut up to my that's local server, and again back in my code. Okay, and so this code project have setting. Okay, I just back again in setting. I just click the setting Python files, and so we need to include we need to include the creating that's this our app. Okay, take our app name is take. This take is to including in our installing setting.py files within this code project about this folders. Okay, also external. This app is the external obviously, but here have to already install the app as the internal apps. Okay, ex external apps name is tech. Okay, and so it's needed. Okay, this app of Okay, after creating your app in your project, always needed to include your external app in the setting.py of your project. Okay, within your project, like code. Okay, within the code allows to include your project name as the tag. And so here have internal, install the app. And so extend, so external apps. Okay, Control S. This is done. And again, just come in here, static point. And just now I just made it, typed this media root, and so base directory, and so medi media. This code as to create a media like your post, your images, your all those like audio, video, all the file folders to maintain this media. In here needed to type the needed to so include this code within our project, within this our settings, this all this coded. Okay, and so again me media root, not a root, URL. Okay, and so media Control S, and so I just to click this URLs first. And so I just do from big point. Okay, this code as to needed to copy and then to paste in here. This code as to handle all the automatic medias to create it in our project, that there have the audio, video, and then images are to handle it, this code in our project. Okay, so you need to copy this in here. And so okay my friend, and so on this parallels.py. Okay, link, and I want to link to my bootstrap. Okay, status static, again css here, the style.css, again code step.css. So image, yes, and just back in here. And so downloads, and bootstrap straps. This CSS, and then .css, Control A, Control C, and so back in my code. And so I just to open this bootstrap.css and click this, and open back in my hair. And so I just to copy the JS bootstrap link, Control A, Control C, and then just to I'm out from here, and so I just to here, and so Control B, Control S. Okay, and so I get to went back in database.html, ds static, and so static and css, style.css. Okay, again style and bootstrap.css, boot str.css, right, and so going back link static js, okay, bootstrap.js, contrast, and so I just want to load the static files to come here, load dsc static, super, and so I just open an ab nav bar. I want to create a nav bar. This code is copied and I went back in my code, and so Control B, Control S, this you can see, and so this evolved and then drop down, it's not needed, then this shape wall also not needed, just needed this. Okay, Control S, just the dragon used dev home, st request, return render, request home, home.html. Okay. So from dot used import on, so it is part, and so home to give it as the needed for the front end to pass the any values into front end. It's so I just to take on name variables there happens to that this for homes function's name. I just come in here, and so okay, again back in my front end code, and so that's that as the out. I need to send this to my nav bar, new nav bar, and the last Control C. I just to create a background color of the my nav bar, and so I just to create a style of that's nav bar, and so Control B. So this is the background, the linear gardens, 2 GST right, red, blue. Okay, red have just to put need to put this, and the blue have just to put this kind of that's Control S. Again back in my best HTML code, and then type the int, sorry, this code is needed to extend this navbar in other pages. Okay, blck blocks, event content, and then blck blocks in block. Okay, in ck in block, Ctrl S, and so that in the it's needed home. This render to represent all the template file. We have the temp like HTML files to represent this render. And another home.html, sorry, and so again to rename the base.html, and so again I want to create the home.html file, home.html extends